welcome to On a Roll with Kerwin Brown, the podcast that just talks about baking and careers. I'm here with two K-State students today, Ella and Jaden, and I've known both of these folks for a little while, so it's going to be nice to kind of talk about the industry and things like that. So we're going to start with some kind of fun, light questions, and kind of gets everybody's motor running a little bit. So, cereal or oatmeal?
Ooh, I'm going to have to say cereal.
Cereal. Sweet or healthy?
Sweet. Sweet.
Oh, you guys are my kind of people. I thought you were going to say something healthy. I'm the same way. Every bit of cereal and sweet. Cake or pie?
Cake. Pie.
Okay, I like that. All right, donuts, bagels, or croissants in the morning?
Croissants.
Croissants.
I'll say donuts.
Okay, a fresh made croissant or donut is very, very good. So, football or basketball?
Basketball. Football.
Okay, all right. So I know K-State's struggling a little bit on the basketball scene right now, but
don't worry, I don't go to the games.
So that's right. So spring break is coming up. So if you had your place to go, would you go to beach or mountains?
Beach.
Beach.
Beach. Okay, that was easy. TikTok or Snapchat?
TikTok.
TikTok.
Okay, y'all are easy. So, all right, we're going to talk again a little bit about baking. So, you guys are choosing baking for a career, and I'll ask both of you. Let's start with you, Ella.
Okay.
Kind of why baking?
I in high school never really knew what I wanted to major in. I knew what I didn't want to major in. So I kind of just found K-State by accident, like bakery science on a K-State campus visit one time, and I was like, wow, that sounds really interesting. I'd never heard of it before, never knew of anyone that went through the bakery science program, but one of the ambassadors for the college talked about it and how it's a really small program but has such great opportunities, and I really like that I could turn my passion for baking into a career. I never knew about that before, but
wow,
it's a great opportunity.
So certainly it wasn't something you'd been thinking about for a while. You just kind of found it while you're on campus.
It's a sort of hidden opportunity, but a great one for sure.
So that's a great point. Maybe we need to continue to make it not so hidden.
Yeah.
So how about you, Jaden? How did you get to baking?
In high school, I actually thought I knew I wanted to go into engineering or math. I had actually gotten accepted into K-State in the math program, and I got accepted into the Colorado School of Mines for applied mathematics. And then I realized that I wasn't sure about math, and I had been talking to my high school youth pastor about school, and he graduated milling science, and so he's like, I don't think you really want to do engineering. And I was like, are you really sure? Do you know me that well? And then my brother, during COVID, brought home his engineering homework, and I was like, yeah, that's not it.
I'm not doing that.
And so I was still between math and bakery science, and then I got a text from our academic services coordinator to ask if I was going to get on a Zoom, and I was like, that's it. I'm going to go bakery science, because if someone cares enough to text you to ask if you're going to show up, I was like, I'm going to do it. So
you guys decided early on, you came in the program as a freshman knowing that. So now that you've been in the program a little while, kind of tell me fascinating part about it. Maybe y'all have had internships. So what kind of stands out this has really been the best thing about baking you're a senior and you're both seniors.
Yeah.
Okay.
I would say since it's such a small major, everyone's so supportive. They really, even here at ASB, through all the conferences, and everyone in the industry really wants to support us because they know it's a rare major and we have kind of a specialized education, so they see that and recognize that and want to help us be successful.
So you kind of bring you into that community, that baking community. So, Jaden?
And also coming from wanting to study engineering, I was really fascinated with how much of that engineering component I had learned. I liked in high school with the problem solving, the trying to get things to work that I really enjoyed. Just how much of that actually went into the baking science and the food science programs. So that's really what makes me in love baking science, is that in Schellenberger you have things that are constantly not working right. So you're constantly someone scaled half the amount of flour. How do we fix this? Or this machine's not working. How else are we going to process the dough? So it's really fun, and there's just a lot of opportunities in baking science to learn how to do things on the spot.
Wow, that's great. And you talk to people in the industry, and that's so much what is in a plant. You know, it's hot this day, it's cool this day, more humidity, less humidity, or whatever that is, and they're always having to adjust. And so I think that that's a great thing. Any highlights from the great part about the program is you get internships. You can have an internship if you want one, and you can kind of go all over, you know, the United States and different places. Any just highlights from something you learned or something that was like, wow, like an aha moment in one of your internships? We'll start with you, Jane.
I think for me, it was just learning the bench work was what I wanted to do and kind of taking that into process. Yeah, that's where I'm at.
Right. How about you?
I would say internships are a great way to like take a risk, but not too much of a risk. Because my first internship, I went to Georgia with Flowers Foods, so it was I was kind of nervous, but I was like, okay, it's only for a summer. It's not permanent. I can just try it out and see if I like it. And I was kind of like not sure I would ever want to go that far from home, but now I've actually accepted a full-time job with them, so it all
so
worked
it must have
out.
worked. So
yeah.
You're from Kansas City,
Yes.
and so and Manhattan's not very far away. So that was sort of a little bit of your world, and then it pushed you to go out, and so what a great experience.
Yeah, but it's so great to have already had an internship there.
Right.
You know, I already like the area and the team, so that's really great about internships.
Yeah, and we pretty much, I say the program's 100% placement basically. If you want a job, you can find a job. And those internships are, again, a great way, like you said, just to kind of put your feet in your toes in a little bit and see if you like it or not. So, toughest class, toughest experience. Tell me, you know, hopefully the professors won't hear. No, I'm just kidding. So, tell me about your toughest class or, you know, situation while you've been at K-State.
I would say, well, both of us kind of started out when it was still COVID times. So it was like half online, half in person. So for both of us, chemistry was online. So that was interesting, having that big class, not really knowing anybody, not having it in person. That was interesting because chemistry is like such a basis for this major. So having to kind of like teach yourself how to do that and starting out college and everything was interesting.
Right. Yeah, and you know, I learned this through the program. There's so much math, there's so much science a part of this. Not just like, hey, let's throw some stuff together. There's so much of that huge emphasis in the program. So how about you?
I would definitely say process calculations. It's Dr. Dogan, she's our interim head department. It's her class, and she made all the materials for the class, so it's not very easy to Google how to do it. You kind of have to like figure out how to do it, and it was the most college class I think I've actually taken, because you have to actually know how to do it on your own.
Okay, well, so somewhat your experience there. Now let's kind of look into the future a little bit and talk about where do you want your future to be in the baking industry? You know, as far as what would be kind of your ideal thing looking out 5, 10 years or whatever in the industry?
It's kind of hard to say because I'm not trying to like have a set path and go on it, but since I have accepted a job with Flowers, that will be in R&D. So at least to start out, I'll be in R&D, and then from there, I don't know. We'll see where I end up, but I've also had an internship in sales, which was interesting. I never really knew much about that, but now I know that's an option in the future as well.
Especially as you have that foundation of R&D, then that's what everybody wants, is that foundation in R&D where you're doing all that, and then then you can go all kinds of ways after have that great foundation. How about you, Jaden?
I think for me, I'm definitely more interested in the technical roles of the problem solving that I knew I wanted to do in high school.
Seems like the engineer head of you is like fixing problems, figuring things out. Well, I think that's kind of all I have. I appreciate y'all spending some time with us and with me, and we're excited to see where you guys. I've kind of seen you guys, I think, from your first year and second year and third year and all that, and this experience here at in Chicago is a great experience for y'all. And I think you talked about the community that you love that so much. And I think I really feel that when I'm around the students. You guys have built that community at K-State, you know, where you're having your bake club every week and all that kind of stuff. And and if I was to describe the industry, I talked to somebody this morning that was new to our industry, and that was the first thing I told them. I said, we're a really small industry. It's all about, you know, connections and relationships. So anyway, so thank you very much for being a part, and we'll see you next time on a Roll with Kerwin Brown.